Green Police Department Canine Unit. Don't move. You're under arrest if you run your will be fit. Get on the ground.
So I got into law enforcement back in 2001. At the time I was farming with my family, grew up farming, working in chicken houses. Was actually a mechanic before I got into law enforcement, got my associates in automotive technology. Wanted to do that, ended up meeting my wife. There was no insurance and benefits with farming. This is a lot of hard work, but I figured I probably needed something like that. So my brother was in law enforcement, and it was something else that I had always thought about getting into. And so around 2001, I decided to go into law enforcement. Went into basic law enforcement school here in Pitt County and got hired on with ECU Police Department. Worked there 3.5 years. I've thoroughly enjoyed what I've done for the past 20 years, over 20 years now. I got into law enforcement to try to make a difference in other people's lives. I know it's kind of cliche, but I always wanted to help the people that needed the help the most. You know, as my initial reasons for getting into law enforcement were one thing, but as it evolved, I realized that I was part of a family, and it was rewarding, and it's always something new. So being in law enforcement has helped me and my family. I work for a great agency, and it's a lot of fun. I hope that you guys get to spend a day with me here and see what my day's like. Getting started just like anybody else, but this is my gear. This is what I put on before I go to work. This is my everyday thing. So let's get dressed and go to work. Glad to have you with me. Let's get the rest of our stuff on here and let's go to work for the day.
We're in the car, we're on our way to work. Last night we had a lot of rain. We had, I don't know, I'd heard 2 to 3 inches in some areas, some pretty good downpours. So we had some flooded roads last night, but I think from what I'm understanding, most all that stuff's cleared up this morning. We'll see what the day brings. It may be an eventful day, or it may be a lot of nothing. That's the one good thing about law enforcement is you never know what you're going to get when you go to work. You're either going to be it's going to be 90% boredom and 10% excitement. My job as a canine handler is I am a support for our patrol officers and the other specialized units within the department. We're a tool that's available for officers when needed, whether it be tracking a suspect or a narcotic search of a vehicle or a residence, evidence search. So they're a great tool for what we do. We have some days where he doesn't get used a lot, and then we may go an entire shift and go from call to call. Some days they're used almost all the time, and then some days they're not. That's just the way the world works. We go where the calls lead us. Hey, this is my coworker and good friend, Jeremiah Lovelace. He has been with us for how many years now?
6.5 years.
6.5 years. We've worked together for quite a while now here on A shift. So you'll probably be seeing both of us together a lot today, along with the rest of the guys and girls that I work with. Got a great crew. Let's go inside. every 2 weeks we have to get our payroll done, so I'm coming in and get my time cards filled out and get these turned in to Miss Jenny so we can get paid for the work we do. So we got our payroll turned in. We're gonna run upstairs, check in with our dispatchers, let you guys go in and see what dispatch looks like, see what our operations are up there. Come with me. Good morning, how are you? All right, so we're inside of our dispatch. When you call 911, it goes through a 911 center, and y'all can help me out here as I go along, but it goes through the 911 center, and then anything in the city of Greenville will come here to our dispatchers. This is the City of Greenville Police Department dispatchers. We pride ourselves, we have some wonderful dispatchers. I'm a little partial to the ones on my shift. They're great. These are the folks these are our lifeline on the radio. They tell us what's going on. They're the people that are in direct contact with the people on the phone that are in their emergency. When we all talk about first responders, these people right here are the very first person that they talk to when they call 911 to try to get to us. They decipher all the information, and when they take that information and then they send it out to us, and then we go to the calls. So these people right here are some of the most important people that you'll meet within our dispatch center. So very busy place up here. Right now the call volume's down a little bit, but it can get kind of chaotic up here. Am I right? Yes. So good place.
Here's around Lake Drive. Caller is advising that he lives at 1017 West 4th Street. Maybe headed to that location.
So there's a suspicious call a little ways away. We're close to that. We're going to ride by there. It's a little vague. Says there's a male with possible warrants standing outside of this location. Let's see what we got here. All right, we're not at Open Door, but we're out with someone else. There, got somebody detained.
He recognized him. He had warrants.
Okay.
So
For what, man?
this had nothing to do with the Open Door.
Yeah, he'll let you know, man. It's got nothing to do with him.
Larson motor vehicle.
Yesterday you still have warrants. He's gonna double check, make sure.
Yeah, he's gonna check. If you don't, we're gonna take you out of them things and let you go. Okay.
Car?
Huh?
I've been in a hospital for the last 4 days, man.
Hang on a second. He's gonna check right now.
I was looking for him yesterday. He's in Lexi for habitual larceny and larceny motor vehicle.
Hey, ask Dean what he... 364 70. Larson?
I'm gonna let him check.
I'm gonna call you when I get there.
I'm just trying to figure out what the hell you
Yeah, he's got ones for, I think it's a larceny of motor vehicle and habitual felon. Yeah, he should be able to. When he goes down, I'm not sure if his bond's already preset or not, but he'll be able to let you know. All right, man. Appreciate you.
So we're waiting for this Open Door, for you to get here for the Open Door so we can clear it. The passenger arrives by, the passenger windows cracked, and I've dealt with Frank a couple times. He looks right at me. We make eye contact, and I was like, oh, no, he's still got warrants.
That's him. Yeah.
So I saw him stop this guy. I was like, let me try to get him to stop real quick. So I pulled him behind him, walked up
Cool.
Frank, and verified he's got warrants. So.
Awesome. Good job, man.
Appreciate y'all.
Nice stop.
Okay, y'all still got the Open Door though.
Yeah. We'll take care of that. We got to open doors in an abandoned house. Fortunately, this is one of our higher crime areas through here. There's a lot of illegal narcotics activity and gang activity. Actually, I've been to a stabbing right here in this very porch here about a year or so ago.
Yeah, it's about a year.
Yeah. So because it's abandoned, we're going to go in and clear it, make sure nothing's not sure if it's been forced open, but we're going to just clear it, make sure nobody's in here, and then we'll be back out. Greenville Police. Greenville Police, anyone inside? If you're inside, tell me now. Greenville Police. All right, ready?
Yep.
I'm going left. Okay, so we've cleared the residence just to make sure no one was in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to call code enforcement. This is these empty abandoned houses like this that are run down are a attractant for criminal activity. A lot of times people come in here for drugs, prostitution, that kind of thing. If you come in, you can see the walls are destroyed. this is really a danger. You got to think about if, for whatever reason, you have kids from the neighborhood start coming in this stuff and get in it. You can see trash cans in here full of flies, back doors open, and as you go further around, if you step in there, you'll get more odor than what you care for. Just a attractant for criminal activity, somewhere for people to hang out, to do drugs, and that kind of thing. So every time we can kind of get one of these closed up tight, that benefits the neighborhood and taking a step in the right direction. Code enforcement, they'll come out and get in contact with the owners of the residents. They'll make requests to them to try to get the property boarded up and secured properly, so it's not an issue. We're going to forward that up to them and let them do what they can do. And that's all for here. While we're riding around today, a lot of times you'll see me if we're getting out on a call or getting ready to make contact with someone or start speaking with someone in reference to a call, you're going to see me or hear my body-worn camera turn on. We got these body-worn cameras. We've had them around for several years now. We were actually one of the leading agencies in the state to deploy body-worn cameras. We've had them, since, 2010 or so. Overall, I'm a big supporter of body-worn cameras. I think they have changed law enforcement for the better. It protects us, it protects the public, and it is vital to transparency. All right, so call just came out at 1300 West Arlington at the McDonald's. Says there's a subject behind the store that has been pepper sprayed. Doesn't say why he was pepper sprayed. It says the female that sprayed him has left the scene, so it begs the question, why did she spray you? Guess we'll find out when we get there. So there's other officers on scene as well as EMS. And this guy is in the water, laying in a puddle of water.
I just got out the shower. Like, I was in shorts like this. Well, she picked up the blender, and my girl was trying to stop her, and then she got a hold of the pepper spray and she sprayed it. I really don't.
Yeah, it burns for a while. They can give you some other things, but it's still gonna burn.
But thank God it's off my face now. Like, it's just my back.
You're gonna feel some residual damage on it.
Up on the water.
I'll get the car.
Apparently he was, from what he's telling us, he was in the shower and got out and saw his girlfriend and another female fighting. At some point he got sprayed. A little bit of conflicting information there. He's saying he don't want to press charges against her or do anything about it. So that's up to him if he doesn't want to do it. So you never know what you're going to see in Greenville. My man was laying down in standing water in a parking lot, which is probably some of the most disgusting water you could possibly get in. So you never know what you're going to see with some of these calls. He was laying in flood water in a parking lot, which is some of the most disgusting water you could probably lay in. You think of all the things that you would see in a fast food parking lot on the concrete. That's what he's laying in. So hopefully he's all right. He's going to get some medical attention. We'll see what's going on. Don't know much else. And if we can't make contact with anyone, we're going to clear at this point because we don't have any further. And he does not wish to pursue charges. So we're here at Public Works. We have to gas up to get through the rest of the day. So here, get a little gas. Usually there's other officers here. Over here is Officer Zeden. She is on A shift with me. We have a lot of outstanding young officers that are coming up. Officer Z, I rank her among the top of those. She's very motivated. She's what you're looking for law enforcement. She has the positive attitude and the willingness to speak to people and do the job correctly. She's awesome, aren't you, Z?
I appreciate it.
Nah.
Not as awesome as
No. Here at Public Works, this is where our vehicle's taken care of. We have an amazing group of mechanics that work here that keep all our stuff running. If it weren't for these mechanics and keeping all of the fleet running, then we wouldn't be anywhere. We'd be Pat and Charlie everywhere. So, but that's a lot to do.
Honestly, what I enjoy the most about law enforcement is the interaction with the community. Definitely having that community relationship, building the rapport. I'm the one that gets out with people a lot. I love talking to people.
She's good at it.
I appreciate that. It's just that's the most enjoyable part, where I feel that's where I could actually make an impact, versus locking somebody up is definitely more, to me, an impact of speaking to, say, a 10-year-old and just asking them how their day goes, or you know, Joe Smith, you know, what did you do today? I think that's what's most favorable to me of this job, is just the community relationship and building that rapport with people. And some people in the West Side even know me by my first name, and I get called Little Sister by some. So it's definitely enjoyable making those memories with people and just seeing how people live their lives on a daily basis.
I bet we spend probably more time talking with people on these calls for service and trying to resolve issues that way than, say, an enforcement action.
It makes the job fun, and makes me want to come to want to make me come to the job every day.
Now we're going to get
That's in front of Bed Bath & Beyond, and now coming up on Michaels.
Right now, we have received information from one of our warrant officers that there's a male, possibly with a handgun, who is a convicted felon who is prohibited from possessing a firearm. He got a description of the vehicle. It was a silver Grand Marquis. We located the vehicle out here in front of Bed Bath & Beyond. It's in the parking lot. It's unoccupied. So we've got one officer sitting up front, kind of keeping eyes on us, see if anybody comes back to it. We're going to give it a few minutes, see if anybody comes back. If we do, I did observe that it had a very dark tinted windows on the side, much darker than 35%, which is a violation in itself. And the registered owner of the vehicle also is showing to have a suspended license and should not be operating a vehicle on the roadway. So right now we're just kind of in holding pattern for a little while to see if they come back to the car and if we can corroborate any of this information even further. And so now we wait.
Alright, black male backing out, no side, no seatbelt, pulling towards Bed Bath & Beyond, so follow your way, Chad.
10-4. You go out that way.
Yeah, did not put on seatbelt. Coming up on Marshall at the speed bump. Looks like he's going to take a left and head towards Prima Boulevard.
477. If you can get out there on Evans and get in the center turn lane, I might not be able to get behind him real quick.
I'm right here on Lawrenceburg waiting at the light for him.
See who's on the brakes.
Pulling out, heading to you.
Right here at the light. I got him. Oh. Yeah, I got him.
Alright, I'm right behind you. Go ahead. Correct. We'll be in the load.
Sir, we appreciate your time and patience. If everything's good, we're going to get you out of here in a few minutes, okay?
All right, so I stopped this vehicle because the registered owner has a suspended license. And then upon further investigation, this gentleman right here, his license was also suspended. So I wrote him a citation for DWLR, which is driving while license is revoked. I'm gonna give him this and then make sure somebody comes pick him up, and I'm gonna let him be on his way.
We finished up that traffic stop. The information we had received, it was confirmed it was him, but there was a period of time that we did not have eyes on him, and we're not sure what happened to the reported weapon. After we stopped him, he gave consent to search the vehicle. We searched the vehicle, couldn't find anything. He was issued a citation for no operator's license. He did not have a driver's license, so he was given a ticket for that and released. We're now on our way to a shots fired call at Winslow Point. Caller said he heard 4 shots behind number 401 Winslow Point and saw a group of males run behind the building. Don't know how many there were exactly, but it said 4, so we'll find out. I'm here with Officer Eubanks. It came in as a shots fired, but after coming back here and looking, there's one right there, but it ends up it's a BB gun. When you come around here to the back, it was reported as shots fired, but once we got back here, you could see it was the same size as a BB, and when we looked up here, you can actually see the BBs. There's one right there in the channel where it just hit that first pane and then went back down. There's one there, and then there's another one down here where it fell through. And when after we saw that, we stepped around the corner and saw this glass door here was shattered. It was shut and locked, but the glass was still hanging in it, so it was pretty obvious no one had made it inside. But we opened the door and cleared it, and there's no one else. So it looks like they were just shooting glass out with a BB gun. Lots of property damage. And so now it'll be documented for the property owners, and probably find some juveniles somewhere with a BB gun, unfortunately. So we got a pause in calls right now. We usually go to lunch a little bit earlier than this. We usually try to go to the gym, but it's been a pretty busy day, and we really haven't had anything to eat since early this morning. And we're all hungry, and it's almost 4 o'clock. So we're going to stop by one of our local places, Parker's Barbecue, and grab a bite to eat. Some good food, good people.
So, for 2 or 3 weeks they had staked me out, and they followed me home, and I didn't know. And they parked on the highway, and as I drove up in my driveway, 2 of the guys came behind my house, and I parked in front of my garage. Luckily, I didn't open my garage. So I cracked the door open, and I was getting all this stuff off my dash. And I went to pop the door open, and there's 2 guys in ski masks, and one of them pointing a revolver right in my forehead. At first I thought it was a joke. And he said, "Give me your wallet," this and that, and I had no response. No fear, no nothing, because I was trying to process what happened. And then after I paused, he started getting a little more agitated and started screaming at me, and I was like, this ain't no joke. This guy, I'm getting held up at gunpoint. He said, "Here's my wallet." So he took my wallet, told me to get out of the car. He put the revolver to the back of my head, walked me to the back of the car. He told me to turn around. He held the gun to the back of my head, pushed it to the back of my head, walked me to my front yard, told me to lay face down in the grass, pushed the revolver to the back of my head with my face in the grass. I just started praying. Say, "God, whatever needs to happen here, just, I want to live." He said, "If you move, I'll kill you." He pressed the revolver firmer to the back of my head, and he ran. I stood up and saw him in the darkness running to their car, and there was somebody in the car waiting for him. And I was standing there, and I went from so fearful to just so mad. So I got in my car, drove across the fairway, and caught up with them at the Trade Mart. And as soon as I caught up with them, the gun went off in the car because they were scrambling for the gun. And it went through the hand of one of the occupants of the car. And so they took the exit, right after that Trade Mart, like you're headed to Farmville and Raleigh. And as soon as they got halfway down the exit ramp, we were in a chase at that point. And I was on the phone with 911. I told them the license plate number, told them where we were headed. And halfway down the exit ramp, he stopped, I stopped. And all of a sudden I see a hand come out of the car, and it was a handgun. And then he started speeding off, and the car started fishtailing. He fired 2 shots in my car. He hit my car with one, hit the grill. And I took Old Stansburg Road all the way back up to where that Walmart is, that Walmart Express going out of town. And that whole intersection had police cars. There was about 12 police cars. And the police officer stopped me. He said, is everything, can I help you? I said, yeah. I said, I called in, I had somebody shooting at me, this and that. He said, are you Mr. Parker? I said, yeah. He said, well, we got them. They had guns drawn on one guy in the car. There was blood everywhere in the car. The windows were shot out from where they were just shooting from inside the car. My wallet was still on the center console. Well, Connie was, questioning the guy that they called. And she had that guy crying. I mean, literally, she was calling on Jesus, talking about, how disappointed his mom would be, and got that guy to ride with her to look for the other guy. And they caught him on some back country roads near where all that happened. Oh, it was crazy. You'll find no bigger advocate than us for police, man. You guys do a fantastic job. You really do. We appreciate what you do.
We had a bite to eat a few minutes ago. Sit down and eat. Here in a few minutes, we're going to go start canine training. Get together with the handlers that are coming on and try to get a little dog work in. It's been kind of a busy day, so we haven't had a whole lot of chance to do everything we want to. Before I do that, though, I got to call my son and check in with him and see how he's doing. See what he's up to. Hey, buddy, what you doing?
Just sitting here. I tried calling Grandma.
Yeah, I should be getting off on time. And I imagine your mom's going to get off on time, too. Did Maddie go to work? Okay. All right. Did you get you something for lunch?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, I just want to call and check with you. See if you were good. All right. Well, we'll see you in a little while. Should be home in just a couple hours. All right. Bye, buddy. Love you, too. My family is very important to me. My wife, she works in the medical field. She's a nurse. She's very hardworking. She's pretty much the rock of our family. She gets it done. She looks out for us, and she's very successful at work. Very proud of her. I've got 2 kids. I've got a teenager that's a senior this year, and then I got another one that's in elementary school. This job can be very stressful, filled with anxiety, because of the type of work that we do. And if you don't have that strong family unit, it can catch up with you.
Probably 2.
Yeah, 1035 with that vehicle. We're approaching Eastbrook now.
All right, so there was a larceny that just occurred at what we call Walmart 2 off of 10th Street. The vehicle was seen leaving. Officers have located it on Greenville Boulevard, and they're in behind it now, getting ready to stop it to make contact with them.
What was your last time coming to you?
Sounds like they got them stopped at the Ashley Home Furniture on Greenville Boulevard. So we're on scene with the car has been stopped with a possible suspect from a larceny from Walmart. Immediately I see some mainstays, jersey sheets from Walmart sitting in the floorboard back here.
If you haven't already, add a vehicle to the call. John Edward
Right.
Boy.
Ma'am, I'll get you to step out of the car for me,
1030,
okay?
John Edward Boy. 1030.
Ma'am, I need you to step out of the car.
10-4.
If you could, keep your hands where I can see them, okay? I'm going to take your phone and set them right here, okay? I'll get your phone back to you in just a minute. Yeah. Your car off? All right, here, let's just set your key up here for me. Turn around for me. No.
Don't touch me, though.
Yes, ma'am. You're under arrest.
I'm
No,
about to
ma'am.
put my hands on my
That's
bed.
fine.
Do not touch
Yes,
me.
ma'am.
Okay.
You're under.
Why
No,
is you
ma'am.
still pulling my arm?
Because you are resisting right now, okay?
A minor, so fuck your mama and take her out of them clothes, because she a minor. Stop fucking
Ma'am,
pulling me.
no, ma'am.
Okay,
No, ma'am.
the cuss
Stop.
is up there, but
Stop.
do not got to be holding me.
No, ma'am.
What
We wouldn't if you weren't acting the way you are, okay?
At the hell,
Calm
I
down.
sat there and answered all that man questions. At
Yes,
the hell.
ma'am, but
okay, so what? How
Listen
am I
to
acting?
me. You're pulling away from us. You're being resistive. We've told you right now you're being detained because of
they
a
said-
larceny. Yes,
right,
ma'am.
they said it was
And there's
stealing.
items
And,
items back here in
listen,
plain
though,
view, okay?
On that camera, and the cameras y'all just seen, they seen me stealing. Huh? Huh?
Come out of that.
Hello? Y'all can't hear no more.
Ma'am, I haven't talked to the folks at
So
Loss
you ain't
Prevention,
even
okay?
talked to nobody yet, and
I
I'm
know.
close.
Our other officers have, okay? I
Okay,
haven't
well,
spoken
tell
to
the
them
officer
personally.
that done spoke to somebody to come over here with the
Ma'am, you don't have to get. Yeah, there's stuff right here in the back seat in plain view that's stolen. Okay? And they sent us a picture of you and her
They sent you
there,
a picture
okay?
of me stealing something from Walmart.
All right, step back here for me, okay?
They,
Ma'am, step back
okay,
here.
if you pulling on the coast, I can't walk. Look, I can
Ma'am,
walk.
you can
Look,
walk.
My,
That's
okay.
fine, but I can't let you go, okay?
So what? I'm gonna run with
You might. I don't know, okay? Stand right here, okay? Do you have any weapons on you? Anything I need to know about? Okay. Just be patient, okay? And double lock this so they don't get too tight. Don't make sure, okay? So, we got another car on the way. We're going to sit you in the back of the car until we talk to the folks from Walmart some more, okay, to get some details. You're probably going to be placed under arrest and
And
charged
they're gonna-
with misdemeanor larceny, okay?
Okay, but-
Depending on what you've taken.
Right.
But there are some items right there in plain view that they said that you had taken, okay?
Okay.
So if you didn't take anything and they're in your car, how did they get there?
When the people come back and they show y'all the cameras or whatever, and y'all see me.
Do you have any receipts for the items that are in your car?
That's not my shit. I didn't tell you that shit. Like, what the What the
Okay,
That's what I said when y'all look at them cameras.
Okay.
And y'all see what the fuck on.
So how would the items that are being reported?
Y'all about to see that. Y'all just said that they about to show all the cameras.
Okay.
And like,
All right,
y'all
here,
finna
let's
figure
step
it
over
out.
here a second, okay?
All right, we good.
That better? Okay. Other side, okay? Here, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna fix it so your hands are your palms are facing each other. That way, it won't be twisted on your wrist. Okay? Fair? All right. This is Officer Padane. Okay, she's gonna look out for you for a few minutes. Okay? I don't know what kind of history the 17-year-old has.
The mom on the phone
Okay,
now.
she's listening good. So if she doesn't have a significant history, I probably be released to mom.
Okay.
I'm
her aunt.
Okay, so that'll probably be okay.
Okay.
If not, there may be a juvenile petition taken out because of the amount that was stolen. Okay. And the other young lady, your daughter, will probably be charged with the larceny also. Okay, so yeah.
Juvenile, she only had to go NOL.
Okay, so she doesn't have anything else, so she'll probably be released to mom. Okay.
I don't think there's anything for you to do.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
don't.
so it's a first offense kind of thing, but it is a high dollar
what do I
amount.
need to do?
So if you want to hang out here for just a minute until we figure out what we're going to do, would you like to speak to your daughter?
I definitely would.
Okay, I'll walk over there with you and let's talk to her. Yeah. All right. Mom just wanted to speak to you a minute, okay?
So they say that you stole a whole lot of stuff from Walmart, and for all the stuff that they calculated, that you're going to jail. That's fine? You okay?
items. Now there very may well be some stuff that they already had that was in the car that was not taken from Walmart.
Okay.
So everything may not have come back, but there is a lot of stuff.
Them, and
No, I
agree with
agree.
you. If they did something,
The only
yeah, take
right.
them. But if it's already
Yes,
theirs,
ma'am.
then don't.
Oh, I
let them
agree.
have it
Yeah, I'm not going to add something on
Okay.
that's theirs and something they've already paid
Okay,
for.
we're under the same
You know,
page. I'm about
yep,
to.
I agree, and I
talk
know it's
to your
upsetting.
mom to see what, because depending on how much stuff from Walmart they say, it could be a felon, depending on how much. So, I don't know, but I'll talk to these police officers to make sure.
And as I get more information, I'll definitely let you know as long as I'm standing here. So,
Right.
okay. So, during a search of the vehicle, after the property and everything was in plain view that we saw, officers also located a marijuana grinder and just a very small amount of marijuana, suspected marijuana, inside the vehicle. Once we get the exact stuff from Walmart as to what was taken, the adult will be charged, and the juvenile doesn't have a history to what I know of. They will probably be released to the mother that has shown up. So we'll that'll be the finish of it, and what property is belongs to Walmart will be sent back to them to get their property and goods back to them. And that's it. So you never know how a day is going to end up. You have plans for one thing and something else always happens. We just finished up at the larceny from Walmart call. One of the young ladies was released to her mother, and the other is being charged with larceny after they finish examining the items to figure out what exactly of those items were stolen from Walmart. And everything was explained to the mother and the parents of what was going on. So I think we got a satisfactory result out of all that. So now that we got that out of the way, we still got a little bit left in our shift. Here at the end of the day, finally gonna get Audie out and do a little dog training and see if we can get a track and stuff in. Get to see Audie work for a few minutes. See you in a minute. What we're doing now, we're doing a little bit of canine training. He's already on the track, we're tracking. This is a simulated track for what could be a violent felony. This dog's been on the street for 6 years and never had a street bite. But you train for it just like you would anything else. Green police, you better get back on the ground or I'll send the dog. Do it now. Do it now. Step. Oh yeah, good boy! Good boy, Audie. Oh yeah. That's a good boy. Oh yeah. Good boy. Good boy. Audie! Loose! Off! Mulligan. Good boy! Oh yeah. That's a good boy. Oh yeah. That's my good boys. Oh yeah. He's a good boy. That's it for the day for now. Thoroughly enjoyed having you all come with me today. I hope you saw something, I hope you learned something. I hope that if you could take a little bit of something away from this is that we try to do our best. We are not perfect. We are human just like anyone else. In trying to do the right thing, we occasionally make mistakes. We try to always get it right, but occasionally sometimes things go wrong. And when we do, we learn from it. If I can get someone to give up without using any kind of physical force on them, that's the outcome that we're looking for. You know, we train with our handguns, we have to qualify with them. Our dogs, we have to certify every year. We certify annually with North Carolina Police Dog Association. And these dogs have to meet the standards for those certifications. You see news stories about failures in policing and that kind of stuff. You take those things, and as bad as it is sometimes, you break them down and you apply those lessons that could have been learned or things that could have been done to your agency and what you can do better and be prepared for that next event, that next serious occasion where someone's possibly in serious danger of being hurt or killed, and what you can do to end it or to better someone's life. I've had a lot of supervisors, a lot of good officers. Greenville is a wonderful place to live and work. It's hard to keep officers these days with the political environment, the economy, and that kind of thing. It makes it hard. But I hope that people out there realize that this is still a noble profession, and I encourage those that think that you have the aptitude and the willingness to do the job to come out and give it a try. If nothing else, come out for a ride along. Come see what it's about. You know, hopefully, if it's something that interests you, maybe you'll come out and join us. It's not for everyone, but there are some. I hope that people just realize that it is a noble profession and that we still need people to do the job. And it's a lot of fun. Until next time, if you guys need anything or have any questions, stop me, say hello, wave, I'll wave back. Have a good night.